If someone asked you today how you're doing, and you said, "Good, I'm fine," I already have a feeling that's not the whole story. Oh, don't worry. You've got that smile down, don't you? The one you give at church, or to the neighbor, or whoever happens to be asking. "I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking." But underneath of it, you carry something that most people can't see. So that's what I want to sit with you in today. The invisible side of this, the part almost nobody knows is happening. Here's the thing that nobody tells you going in. There's no job description for this, no training, no handbook, nobody saying, "Here's how you do this." Nothing, no conversations at all like that. One day, you're just his wife, and the next, you're his nurse, his scheduler, his pharmacist, his advocate, his researcher, and apparently his financial planner too. All at once. Nobody asked you if you wanted the job. It just falls on your shoulders. And almost none of it is visible to anyone else. Nobody sees the 45 minutes you're on hold with the insurance company. Nobody sees you double checking the dosage at midnight because you just want to be sure. Nobody sees the constant math that's running in your head of what's due, what's next, what could go wrong if you miss something. It's a full-time job you never applied for, and people don't even know it exists. Even in the quiet moments, my mind is never actually quiet, and I bet yours isn't either. Standing in line at the grocery store, and you start wondering if that prescription ever got refilled. You're out to dinner with a friend, laughing even, having a good time, and then you start checking the clock and wondering how things are going at home. You finally lie down at night, and instead of sleep, it's tomorrow's appointments running on a loop. Nobody puts this part in a photo. Nobody brings it up in conversation. It's not something that you can point to, but it's there constantly. And carrying that weight day after day is tiring in a way that is so hard to explain to someone who has never lived it. We get so good at this, don't we? Looking fine. You learn the short answer to "how are you?" because the real answer takes too long, or you don't want to bring other people down. You learn to smile even when you're running on empty. You hold it together out in the world and fall apart later, alone, when nobody else can see it. And after a while, people start to believe this version, the fine one, because that's all you've shown them. And honestly, that might be one of the loneliest parts of all of this. Being surrounded by people and still feeling alone because not one of them actually knows what you're carrying. Part of why this stays hidden is because it's so hard to say it out loud. "I'm struggling" can sound like you're complaining about your spouse. "This is heavy" sounds like it's disloyal, even though it's true. So a lot of us just stay quiet, not because we're fine, but because the words feel complicated. But here's what we have to remember. Being honest about how hard this is doesn't take away from how much you love them. You can love someone completely and still need somewhere to set the weight down, even just for a moment. If you're carrying all of this quietly, let me say something, friend to friend. There are so many people doing the exact same thing right now, tonight probably, in houses everywhere, feeling just as unseen as you do. You're not the only one holding a full mental load that no one notices. You are not the only one smiling out in the world and running on fumes at home. This is far more common than it feels sitting alone with it. It's just rarely said out loud. In Psalm 56:8, it says that God keeps track of all of our sorrows, that he keeps every tear we cry in a bottle and writes each one down in his book. Sit with that for a second. Every tear that you've cried in the car, in the shower, or when no one else was awake at 2 a.m. None of it went unnoticed. It was seen, it was recorded, and it mattered. Even in the moment you felt most alone. That's what I want you to hold on to this week. Even on the days that no one else around you sees what you're carrying, you are not invisible to God, not for 1 second. So if no one has told you this lately, let me be the one to say it. I see how much you're carrying. I see the parts that nobody else notices. And even on the days that no one else seems to see it, you are seen. It matters. And it counts a whole lot more than what you probably give yourself credit for. And I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you. A friend sent this to me this morning, and that's just how God works. Please never forget how brave it is to show up in a story that looks so different than you thought it'd be. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, stand still and know that He is God, even now, especially now.